don't worry, just keep eating while I'm talking. No, I'm serious, keep eating. We're going to have a short board meeting first. You'll see in the agenda that there's the nomination of the directors and the slate of officers. And from the current directors, I'd like to have a motion to accept as a slate all the nominated officers, which would be Jonathan Cooper Chair, Patty Randall Vice Chair, Linda Bowe Treasurer, and Kerry Krocek as Secretary. Do I have such a motion?
Second. Why don't I get
So, do I have a second? Eileen made the motion.
Okay.
And Larry seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Hooray. Now, the reason I'm doing this and not our chair is because we're going to introduce our chair as our featured speaker. That's Jonathan Cooper, who is a state representative from Pownell and also the chair of our board. So Jonathan, if you could come up. And all those who couldn't hear me, I apologize, and I will try on the next time to be louder.
Thank you, Peter. Is this okay?
work?
Are you doing all right? Okay, excellent. It is a little embarrassing to be introduced. That's the first time I've been introduced. And none of you needs to worry. The only person who's going to be embarrassed next is Peter Lawrence. Because it is my privilege as a board chair to express gratitude to him for 11 years of dedicated service to this board and to this organization. A remarkable run conducted by a genuine gentleman, of which we need very many more in the world. We can't be greedy because we got the only one. But when you serve on a board, you are looking out for the mission of the organization. And you think of that mission and all that you do as a member of that board. And with his even-keeled demeanor, his thoughtfulness, his knowledge, and his dedication and kindness, Peter has helped look out for Sunrise's mission and to expand it into new opportunities to meet the mission that we have as an organization that all of you are a part of. So it is with genuine gratitude that I thank Peter Lawrence for his time on the Sunrise Family Resource Center board. Thank you so much, Peter. Please accept as a token of our deep esteem, as if it could possibly ever fit in one small white bag, this gift.
Thank you.
I have a couple remarks prepared that I'll get to in a moment, but I figure I should start with something that happened just today. As many of you may be aware, my wife and I and our daughter Iris are expecting two twins to come to us by the end of this year, a boy and a girl, which means that you are, well, Kate is getting a lot of attention from the team at SVHC these days. And she was there this morning. And while she was meeting with a number of people, one of them asked her how things were going, talked about her experience as a mom, and mentioned a couple things that she wanted to be sure Kate was aware of, or anything that may come up in this journey into motherhood, once again, in our mid-40s. And she talked about Sunrise. She did. She talked about child care at Sunrise, enabling her to pursue her career at the hospital. And that's the kind of recommendation that is, in those circumstances, is the best recommendation you can have, and the real validation of everything that everyone here is a part of. Having said that, I'm feeling tense. Not because of the twins, but maybe you're feeling tense as well, because it feels tense in America today. There's tension around the world. There's tension in places that have known tension our whole lifetimes, and there's tension in places that we have never seen become hotspots for tension. And it is unrest and unease that sits with us in this time. It's becoming more and more and more prevalent, and it is tiring. And the tension is tiring, and I'm tired. It is exhausting to think about how often we are urged to fight, or told that others fight on our behalf. The president fights for us. The Senate Minority Leader fights the president to fight for us. The Speaker of the House fights for the president to fight for us. The Minority Leader of the House fights the Speaker of the House. And all I know is that everybody is fighting, and I don't know who they are fighting for. They tell us it's us, and I'm not sure it is. I don't know. Fighting is confusing. It is absolute confusion. They are exhausting, and they are stressful. They are dangerous and risky. It is hard to know if what you have to gain is worth what you have to lose. And it's a rare fight that leads to happiness. And I suppose it happens sometimes, and that's why we are called to participate in them. But I don't want to fight other Americans or other Vermonters. I want to support them. I want to help them. I want to be there for them in any way that I can. And that's what you all do. And that's what this organization is for. That's a part of what the mission is. The mission that Peter and so many others in this room and over the years have worked to protect. And it's why I'm proud to be a part of it. There's one thing that Sunrise does, and we hear it a lot, is that it puts families at the center. Now there is tension. It's a tension older than this current moment, this confusing time. It's older than all of us, and it's a tension between the self and the family. That tension exists in everyone's house. That exists everywhere. But that tension is usually framed as either or, one or the other. You might frame it, you might say, as each individual's right to the pursuit of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You might talk about it in support of ambition, in support of freedom, coming at the cost of servitude, domestic affairs. We've had these battles back and forth about the self and about the family. Sides are taken, we dig in our heels on one side or the other of this conversation, explaining the perspective from one side and how everything good ties back to one side and all the ills are brought in on the other side. It happens all the time now, so often that it's hard to see it happening. That tension is in our legal systems, it's in our Constitution. We hear about it from all sorts of professions, from ethicists and economists, from social scientists, political scientists, journalists weigh in. And heaven help us, the celebrities never stop weighing in. It's in the books we read. It's in the newspapers that come to our doorstep, the Substacks that arrive in our inboxes, in the algorithm that controls what we see, and in our own scrolling tendencies. It's in the sermons that we hear in church. It's in the conversations that we have with our friends. So I'd like to shift to another time, a gentler time, 1968, when everything in America was simply on fire. Polluted rivers are on fire. Civic institutions are on fire. Whole downtowns are on fire. Occasionally, bras are on fire. And it was an election year for the presidency, and one of the candidates was a man who is currently being outperformed on Google by his son, Robert F. Kennedy. It was in late March of 1968 that he was at the University of Kansas to give a speech. It was campaign season. He was speechifying all across the country. And there are a few sections that feel relevant to our moment, one especially so, regarding the nature of tension, as I've talked about it tonight, of the tendency of one side to describe things through a lens that ignores whatever doesn't fit into that lens. There's a danger in thinking through one lens. And I think what he has to say lays it out perfectly, and I'd like to read a portion of it here. And this is one of the great tasks of leadership for us as individuals and citizens in this year. But even if we act to erase material poverty, there is another greater task. It is to confront the poverty of satisfaction, of purpose and dignity that afflicts us all. Too much and for too long, we seem to have surrendered personal excellence and community values in the mere accumulation of material things. Our gross national product now is over $800 billion a year, but that gross national product, if we judged the United States of America by it, that gross national product counts air pollution in cigarette advertising, ambulances to clear our highways of carnage. It counts special locks for our doors and the jails for the people who break them. It counts the destruction of the redwood and the loss of our natural wonder to chaotic sprawl. It counts napalm. It counts nuclear warheads and armored cars for the police to fight the riots in our streets. It counts Whitman's rifle and Speck's knife and the television programs which glorify violence in order to sell toys to our children. Yet the gross national product does not allow for the health of our children, the quality of their education, or the joy of their play. It does not include the beauty of our poetry, or the strength of our marriages, the intelligence of our public debate, or the integrity of our public officials. I don't think he paused for laughter in 1968, but if you want to laugh at that line now, go ahead. It measures neither our wit nor our courage, neither our wisdom nor our learning, neither our compassion nor our devotion to our country. It measures everything, in short, except that which makes life worthwhile. And it can tell us everything about America, except why we are proud to be Americans. So what are we proud of? It feels like there are many things we want to be proud of. We want to be proud of our work, our homes, our towns, our futures. We want to be proud of our families and ourselves. We don't have to choose one or the other. We can have both. And Sunrise does that in our part of the world. So thank you to all of you who are part of that world, who make this happen, and who have been here tonight. And thank you for your time.
Thank you, Jonathan. And also, besides Jonathan as a state rep from Pownell, we have other people here who are acknowledged, grateful that they're here. Representative Mary Morrissey, Senator Ross and Shannon Barsati from the town of Bennington. Shannon. Also, and this is definitely unfortunate, our executive director, Denise Main, can't be here tonight because she's dealing with some serious health issues. And this is the first one in her over 25 years of time with Sunrise, the first annual meeting that she's missed. But I spoke to her today. She sends her greetings and best wishes to everybody here, and we can send our prayers and best wishes to her. I'd also like to acknowledge the executive director when I first came on the board, quite a long time ago, right, Linda? Linda Dean Farrar. Also, I know there are baskets out for fundraising for donations for the Warm the Children program. Any donations you make tonight will go to our Warm the Children program, so keep that in mind. And unless I'm forgetting something, you can tell me.
There's also a basket raffle too.
Oh, and there's a basket raffle, which I saw a lot of people filling in with raffle tickets. Well, that drawing won't be tonight, it will be the end of the month, right?
It'll be the Monday before Thanksgiving, November 24th.
And if you don't get them today, can you still get tickets at Sunrise?
Yes, we'll be selling it up until the day of the drawing at Sunrise. You can also Venmo us, just put in the comment section that it's for the holiday basket.
Okay, so those of you who didn't bring enough cash or a checkbook, guilty as charged.
We take Venmo.
You know how to get them. Okay, so I'd like to bring Patty Randall up so we can go through the awards. Our first award is the Distinguished Community Partner Service Award, and that's Old Brick Furniture. And I believe that's Jenny?
Marley?
Rachel, sorry.
No.
Rachel Clark.
You can stay in your seat. Sorry, bad directions. I didn't give directions.
Thank you. It's great to be with all of you tonight. I stood up, but also Marley Green stood up. I'm going to have Marley share a few words in a minute too. My name is Rachel Clark, and I have the privilege of serving as the Chief Operations Officer for Old Brick Furniture and Mattress Company, formerly Bennington Furniture. If you know the story, we were founded by a single mom who saw a need in the community to bring quality but affordable furniture. Our business is currently owned and operated by her son and his wife, Cassie and Michael. They couldn't be with us this evening, but this is their roots, so they thank you for this recognition as well. I'm here today alongside a couple Old Brick team members, Joe and Indy, the mayor of Old Brick, Bennington. Brooke Pratt, our showroom manager, wishes she could be here but had another obligation. She sends her thank you as well. It's people like them who make our connections to the communities possible. Their compassions and relationships and everyday effort is what bring the values out beyond the showroom floor and into the communities that we serve. Our relationship with Sunrise actually began a few years ago on a cold winter weekend, and it started with Marley. I would like to now give the mic to Marley to share a little bit about our connection with Sunrise and how she actually kicked it off.
Hello, I am Marley Green. I work for the Old Brick Furniture here in Bennington. I just want to start off by saying thank you. It's an honor to be recognized tonight, but not for something I did alone, but with the help of teamwork, community, and the belief that everyone deserves dignity, especially our children. This all began while I was working at our Manchester location. I received a message from John and Heather Winchester, who shared that there were children in our community who were sleeping on the floor. No beds, no mattresses, just the floor. And I remember feeling heartbroken, but determined to help. I immediately reached out to Rachel, who did not hesitate to step up. Together, we were able to donate several mattresses to the Sunrise Family Resource Center, helping ensure those children had a warm, safe place to rest. This experience reminded me that even the simplest things could be taken for granted. And for our children, a mattress became more than just furniture. It became comfort, safety, and hope. I'm proud to work for a company that stands behind its beliefs and values. And I am grateful for leaders like Rachel, partners like John and Heather, and organizations like Sunrise who never stop advocating for families. Thank you to my team, to Old Brick, and to all of you who continue to lift others up. This recognition belongs to everyone who believes that every child deserves a good night's sleep and a brighter tomorrow. Thank you.
So we actually have a few words for Old Brick Furniture. In terms of how good a partner they are to Sunrise, Old Brick Furniture has generously donated and delivered furniture to a number of Sunrise families over the past year and a half. We are talking about brand new furniture, delivered to the home and professionally set up. As somebody who just moved a condo, that's a lot of work. They do that that's the service they provide like the services they provide to any other Old Brick customer. Old Brick Furniture has demonstrated an awareness of our family's privacy needs, collecting only the basic information needed to ensure delivery, and operating in a first-name-only basis with the head of the household. When we had first reached out to Old Brick Furniture about a possible bed donation, we were struck with Rachel's immediate response. We will not let children sleep on the floor. Thank you, Rachel.
So I'm going to read from this award, and then we'll have Tiffany bring the award to the recipient. Is that correct, Tiffany? Yes, okay. The Sunrise Distinguished Individual Service Award goes to Cassandra Gaylord. Cassandra, as the practice owner of Chalkstone Behavioral Consulting, you provide an array of important services, including applied behavioral analysis therapies in-home and in the community. You made your services accessible to a hard-to-engage family by visiting them at home when the child was frequently not present at childcare, frequently checking in with mom, and even providing services on the porch of the home. When the family lost their housing, we witnessed you visiting the family in the motel in the evening to check in with them, showing them that you are willing to go above and beyond to ensure you meet families where they are at. We appreciate your willingness to communicate as part of the team and your focus on providing excellent service. Your ongoing support to Sunrise Family Resource Center is deeply appreciated. We are so pleased to be able to recognize you, Cassandra, for the Distinguished Individual Service Award.
Forgetting something?
Wow, thank you guys so much. I'm deeply honored and incredibly humbled to win this award, to be nominated for this award. I've been in the field of behavior analysis for over 10 years. During that time, it's always been my passion to, I'm not good at public speaking. My passions always remain the same, to provide those high-quality, compassionate care that truly makes a difference. When I started Chalkstone Behavioral Consulting, my vision was and remains to create a space where every child is seen, every family is heard, and every plan is built with care and respect and purpose. I believe we have made progress in accomplishing that goal throughout Southern Vermont. My passion for this field drives me to consistently learn and grow. I'm committed to self-improvement, and I'm an active member of the Vermont Association for Behavior Analysis, pursuing continuing education and collaboration with other professionals in the field. This commitment to the growth allows me to adapt and refine and make our services more accessible to and available to the families we serve. At Chalkstone, we've created a culture that values empathy, collaboration, and continued learning. My team is dedicated to providing compassionate, assent-based behavior therapy. This means we never force participation from our clients. Instead, we invite it. We use joy, trust, and positive relationships to guide our learning. Sometimes that looks like slowing down, taking breaks, collaborating, celebrating small victories that reflect big progress. Every moment is centered on helping children feel safe, respected, empowered to engage on their terms. We are so honored to serve the families throughout Bennington, Rutland, and Windham counties. It truly means the world to be part of such a resilient and caring community. I also want to express my heartfelt gratitude to Sunrise. The work that Sunrise does to support families and connect them with vital resources is nothing short of inspiring. Our relationship means so much to me. Together, our missions are so beautifully aligned, allowing collaboration with talented and compassionate providers, Both Chalkstone and Sunrise believe in the power of community, the importance of relationships, and the shared responsibility we have to help families thrive. I look forward to all that we can do, all that we can continue to accomplish through our collaboration to strengthen our community. Thank you, Sunrise, for this recognition and for the incredible work you do every day. It's an honor to collaborate and serve the community alongside you, celebrating what's possible when we come together with compassion and purpose.
This is a somewhat new award that we're giving to two different people for the first time this year. And first person, Aaron Gilbert. Since 2020, he has provided critical building repairs and necessary improvements to Sunrise facilities. His quick response when our basement wall collapsed was remarkable. Within hours, he assessed the damage, connected with a skilled mason and excavation company, and made a plan to help us navigate building use during the repair. When we were offered an opportunity to improve energy efficiency at another one of our buildings, he connected us with his window supplier to allow us an opportunity to reap a significant discount on the historically relevant windows we needed. The project he has assisted us with go on. It is important to note that despite being a very busy contractor in Bennington County, he carves out time to support Sunrise's needs. We are very grateful for his ongoing support of our facilities. Thank you, Aaron.
I have a speech, but thank you very much.
The next award goes to Rick Bartholdi. I'm so sorry, Rick, I'm butchering your name.
It's fine, it's Bartholdi.
Oh, thank you. Rick, you and your team at 14th State Plumbing and Heating in Shasberry have consistently supported Sunrise this past year. Through your impeccable service of our numerous heat pumps, to our leaking pipes or clogged and broken drains, and even missing water valves that weren't really missing. You have responded quickly, efficiently, and professionally. You really understand the importance of keeping our buildings open and running smoothly. We are most grateful for the responsive and generous support and professionalism you continue to provide. Rick, your ongoing support to Sunrise Family Resource Center is deeply appreciated. We are so pleased to be able to recognize you for this distinguished Sunrise Service Award.
I did not prepare a speech either. I just want to say thank you. It's appreciated to be thanked and recognized. Compared to the rest of the people in here, it seems very small from what I do on this department.
Oh. Flush your toilet, you'll argue that.
I enjoy helping out whenever I can throughout the community. Whatever it is, whether it's coaching Little League or playing football or buying Girl Scout cookies, which I do a lot. But I enjoy helping out and doing what I can when I can. And just thank you for the recognition. Appreciate it.
Actually, I'm going to put in another plug for Rick. You know, he responds very quickly if you contact him for something for your house or your office.
Do you have a phone number and a website?
See him after this. But he does good work, and thank you very much for everything you do for Sunrise. The next award is the Sunrise Community Partner Service Award to Green Mountain Pediatrics. And the Green Mountain Pediatrics, in case you can't hear me. There. Judy and Judy Orton, Dr. Orton, and Judy Bedoin, am I pronouncing that correctly? Bowden.
Close enough.
It's like the college. You have brought the services of mental and behavioral health evaluations for children, including the autism spectrum disorder assessment, to our community. This is a great need in our community, which has not been provided locally, often to the detriment of our families, who face many barriers to accessing this service. Because of you, this service has become accessible to our families who otherwise might have had to wait extreme time periods for diagnosis, might have to navigate confusing systems of care, or travel to far-off providers. We wish to thank you and thank the practice for bringing this needed service to Bennington and working closely with service providers to get families the help they need. Thank you.
I didn't prepare anything either.
You can do it off the cuff.
Thank you. We're deeply honored for this award. It's a two-way street. Before we even took on working on developing the skill set to diagnose autism, been a two-way street to work with Sunrise, with our families, and trying to figure out to get what they need despite barriers and figuring out any sort of workarounds. And it's always been a pleasure, and we appreciate the support you give the kids in our practice. Thank you.
Excuse us. Technical difficulties.
Sorry about that, guys. So this nomination was for Rachel Quackenbush. It would be impossible to effectively advocate for our families without forming strong working relationships with other community service providers. One of the most challenging issues for the families we work with is accessing appropriate health care and navigating what we all know can be a challenging health system. Rachel, through supporting the same families we work with, but also in collaborating with and supporting those of us who are engaged in this work. You are accessible, you reply promptly to emails and phone messages. You are willing and able to attend meetings with families and your community partners, sharing important information and making sure that the medical professionals you work with have the information they need to properly diagnose and recommend treatment to their patients. You are a caring, competent professional who does important work in our community. Thank you, Rachel.
Good evening. I am truly honored to receive this recognition from Sunrise. Sunrise holds such a special place in our community. It represents hope, connection, and the belief that every family deserves the opportunity to thrive. To be acknowledged by an organization that embodies those values is deeply meaningful to me. Community work is never done alone. I want to thank my colleagues, community partners, and the families that I've had the privilege to work with. Your trust, collaboration, and resilience inspire me every day. This recognition reaffirms my commitment to advocacy, equity, and in strengthening our communities through collaboration and care. Thank you.
The next Sunrise Community Partner Service Award is to the John G. McCullough Free Library in North Bennington. And Jenny Rozecki, did I say it right? Close enough? Okay. Is here to accept this award. That we wish to, the library, the McCullough Free Library, screams community. The library is the heart of the neighborhood. It is a place where folks can gather, where parents can bring their children, and where children bring their parents. It is a place where littles meet where littles meet for playgroups, and bigs meet to share ideas, browse the shelves, brainstorm, jump on the internet, or simply relax. It is a safe refuge for all. The library works diligently to promote community while at the same time supporting family. The library weaves it all together. Jenny, you, along with your wonderful team, make this happen. You care. You are the beacons that extend your smiles, share your knowledge, and promote camaraderie. I think I said that right. Thank you all. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so I didn't do my homework either. Thank you. Two things. One is a quote that's been kind of rattling around in my head for the last couple weeks. It's from Kurt Vonnegut. And he said, "The America I love can be found at the front desk of our libraries." And talking from the other side of the desk, same. So, and the other bit is that people often ask me what they can do to come to help the library. Use the library. I see a lot of familiar faces and I see a lot of strangers. Come see us. We have something for you, I promise. And thank you. Also, with me here is Martha. She's our youth services librarian. And
This next one goes to Sue Plaisance, and Sue, if I'm butchering your last name, I apologize, Paula. That's okay. Can you pronounce it for me?
Plaisance.
Plaisance. I'll probably say it 5 times and still get it wrong. You have worked at the Bennington Banner for 25 years. You've been involved with Warm the Children for more than 15 of those years. You are a valuable member of the current Warm the Children community team, and you provide both historical knowledge and great advertising, along with practical guidance as we do our best to organize this much-needed program for local children. You can find volunteers in all sorts of places. You are adept at wearing many hats and making connections easily. Together, we find ways to provide new winter clothing for close to 200 children each year, allowing families to shop with a volunteer for their child. You also organize the annual backpack event in August, providing about 350 children with back-to-school supplies. That's amazing. That's amazing. And you organize the trunk or treat event at Coggins in October. Come Labor Day weekend, we will find you at Garlic Fest. You are all over Bennington, making connections, getting others to participate, and simply loving the community in which we live. You put your money where your mouth is and volunteer in so many ways. Sunrise appreciates that. If we need a contact at the Banner to help us in any way, we have a friend in you, and so do so many others in Bennington. Thank you, Susan.
Anything either, but I do want to say there, in 1988, the publisher Max Stewart started Warm the Children because he saw a need. That need is even more so now than before. Our need is higher and our money is a little bit lower, and everything costs more. When I started with shopping for Warm the Children, I think each kid got $50, and that went a long way. It doesn't go a long way anymore. So we have recently upped that amount to each child gets $100. So as you can see, we need more funds to clothe more winter coats for kids. So do what you can, give what you can, and, okay, Cindy, a light bulb just went on, I heard Venmo. You know what, I didn't know that. All right, we're gonna do it. So Venmo, warm the children, $5, $10. Huh?
You can easily go to our website and make a donation.
Well, that, yes, but
as well.
There's a different way, and kids like Venmo.
Well,
So, and if anybody wants to volunteer for any of the things that were mentioned, my kids tell me I don't ask for volunteers, I voluntold. So, I'll get all your names at the end of this, so, thank you.
The Sunrise Individual Service Award is to Lindsay Boyda. This is Bennington Housing Authority. We are all aware of the challenges that persist in finding and maintaining safe, affordable housing. The past couple of years have not been kind to those who need housing, not to those who work in the housing field or those who actually need the housing. Lindsay, you and your team of professionals at the Bennington Housing Authority do an outstanding job of what seems like an impossible task. You must maintain and enforce rules designed for the safety and well-being of all tenants, while also being mindful of the challenges that many of your tenants are dealing with. You do a great job in striking the balance between holding tenants accountable and being a kind, caring, supportive presence in their lives. Lindsay, you are a great professional to work with, for Sunrise to work with, and you manage an agency with professionals who are also great to work with. This speaks to your ability to manage Bennington Housing Authority. We are pleased to recognize your efforts.
I also did not prepare anything. I will say that our jobs are hard, and this means more than anyone knows. Just being recognized for something like this goes a long way. So thank you for this, and I really enjoy working with Sunrise and their support, their team. They're awesome. So thank you.
The last recognition goes to Brittany Bowen. Brittany, as property manager at Cornerstone, you have helped secure the strong relationship between Sunrise's family-supported housing and Cornerstone Property Management, formerly Shires Housing. You look at each family and person as an individual and beyond what's written in ink. You are compassionate and empathetic, and it translates into your work. We have worked together with difficult to house families, and on more than one occasion, have set up a plan so the family can maintain their voucher and not become homeless. You have also offered apartments to families who other landlords have turned away. You take the time to hear their story or read an affirmation, and we almost always construct a plan to move forward. You are an essential part in making it possible for family supportive housing to be successful. Thank you, Brittany.
Just to wrap this up, I also did not prepare anything in typical fashion, but this means a lot. It's an honor to work with Sunrise. They're always by their family for victories and on the really hard days to come up with plans, and I appreciate the award. Thank you.
Just to be clear, we never informed anyone that they might have to make a statement. Those of you who did write them, thank you. All right, we're going to take a short break now, about a 15-minute break. I think there's still food out there. You can get something.
They're bringing out a little bit more food, like in the next couple, like 5 more minutes.
So I can see them now, putting some more food out there. Give them a couple of minutes. And then there's also, you can go up to the bar and There's always to warm the children baskets. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for I have to say, this is one of the parts of this annual meeting that Denise Main, our executive director, really enjoys, and she's really sad that she's not going to be able to be here. But in her stead, Lori Younger, Family Services Coordinator, is going to do the staff recognitions. Lori? Woo!
First, I'm going to read a letter from Denise. Good evening, everyone. I truly wish I could be there with all of you tonight. I've never missed an annual meeting, and it doesn't feel right to miss this one. It's always my favorite Sunrise event. I want to begin by thanking Jonathan, who I know has done an amazing job as our keynote speaker. As always, Sunrise has so much to be proud of, and it starts with our incredible staff. Our reputation and standing in the community come down to the high-quality, trusted, and deeply valued work that each of you does every day with children, youth, and families. Your dedication is the heart of everything that we do. This past year has brought both growth and excitement, and as always, new challenges. But together we continue to meet those challenges as a team with the same hope and resilience we see every day in the families that we serve. Our biggest news of the year is the purchase of the Manus House at 127 Union Street. Working closely with our board of directors and Centerline Architects, we hope to break ground soon. This new space will give us the room we need for our growing staff and allow us to expand our on-site programming. And finally, have a space large enough to bring our entire team together for all agency staff meetings. Even as we face uncertainties at the federal level, Sunrise remains deeply committed to being a reliable and compassionate source of support for families. We will continue to help them navigate challenges and ensure that their basic needs are met. When families are vulnerable, we want them to know they can always turn to Sunrise, a long-standing, trusted center rooted in this community. Also, a special thank you to Peter Lawrence for his many years of dedicated service and for being such a valuable voice on our board. And finally, congratulations to our award recipients, and thank you all for coming out tonight. Your commitment and belief in our mission are what makes Sunrise shine. Amen. So I would like to acknowledge some staff anniversaries. Does somebody have, Okay, so Caitlin Harrington has been with Sunrise for 10 years. I have been with Sunrise for 10 years. And for 25 years, Michelle Weirs.
Okay.
Say something?
Just say something.
25 years ago, when I started working at Sunrise, a friend called me and said, "You should apply for this job." I said, "Oh, I can do that."
4 years later, I remember going to Linda Dean saying, oh my God, I can't do this. So 25 years later, here I am. And that could not have happened without the support of my ride or die, Linda Dean, and now Denise, and my very awesome coworkers, office mates, Christine and Lori and John, who gave me his cough 2 months ago, and I still have it. You know, I really didn't know what a parent-child center was, really, when I started. But over the years, of course, I learned and I grew professionally, and it really hit home 4 years ago when my husband and I had some pretty life-changing medical issues. And not one time did we have to worry about things, I'll just put it that way, because throughout our friendships and community partners and just so much, I think that really allowed us to heal and become who we are today. Do you want to sing? So anyway, it really...
You're gonna make me cry. It's all good.
So anyway, it really came full circle for us, and so I remember saying, I do this with people all the time, and why can't I do it for us? Yes, but anyway, that's it.
Next, I would like to introduce our new staff. And if you're here, could you stand up when I call your name? Melissa Belleville is our new early child care and education. Adrian Burgess is the CIS Family Support Worker. Sarah Callan is our Grants and Communications Specialist. Kristen Decker is an ECE teacher. Heidi Grover, ECE teacher assistant. Renee Huddle is the CIS Specialized Child Care Coordinator. Erin McCart is an ECE teacher. Loretta Vickers is our Medicaid biller. And Cindy Woodward, our administrative assistant. And that's it for new staff. And lastly, Sunrise would like to recognize and highlight the volunteer service of Heather Snow. Heather and her daughter started out as regular attendees of the Arlington Playgroup beginning in 2023. Some staff changes occurred with the playgroup, and Heather stepped in to make sure that it continued. This is Sunrise's only parent-led playgroup, and it is hugely successful. Heather has done an outstanding job with recruitment and facilitation. Heather now facilitates playgroup with her two daughters every Wednesday at Arlington Community House. They are described as warm, welcoming, and fun, and we are very appreciative of Heather and her little helpers' contribution to Sunrise in the community. And I'm going to turn it over now to Mindy. Mindy was last year's recipient of the Bonnie Prentice Award, and she's going to hand it off.
I said, John, I wrote a speech. First, I want to start by saying it's been such an honor over the past year to hold the title of the Bonnie Prentice Memorial Award recipient. As I mentioned in my speech last year, it truly is a team effort by all staff in strengthening the families in Bennington County. Beginning in 2008, Sunrise employees have nominated one of their peers annually to be presented with the Bonnie Prentice Memorial Award. Bonnie was Sunrise's beloved early care and education teacher who passed away from cancer in 2007. The time has come when I need to pass the award on to this year's recipient, John Winchester. I am grateful for the opportunity not only to work alongside this year's award recipient, but also to highlight him. Although this year's recipient has only been at Sunrise for 3 years, he started working in this field in 1985. I believe that speaks volumes for the work that he's done in Bennington County. The families he serves often don't want to end working with him because he builds such great relationships. Often families reach back out with questions long after ending services. Here are some highlights from the peers that work alongside him. John always takes accountability for himself, never feels as he's above what task is being asked of him. Always makes time, is our work dad. He loves soup and leftovers. He's always willing to let you word vomit. Easy to share an office space with. Loves his beautiful wife and grandchildren. And his famous quote around the office is, "That's a you problem." Sunrise is lucky to have you, John, and you are very deserving of this award. Without further ado, please help me in congratulating this year's Bonnie Prentice Award recipient, who has been serving families for 40 years in Bennington County. It is a blessing to introduce Chef W., also known to some as John Winchester.
Thanks, Mindy. Super nice. If you guys will indulge me for a few minutes while I express some gratitude and we'll be done. First thing I want to thank Tiffany Gagich, who has been running around tonight with the microphones, kind of like the glue that brings this event together, much like she does at Sunrise. So thank you, Tiffany. I have to thank the board of directors. I have worked in this field for a long time. Agencies do not function without a competent, dependable board of directors. It just does not happen. They are the glue that allow us to do our work. We have more than competent and dependable. We have caring, we have a board full of wise, dependable, intelligent, hardworking people who do everything behind the scenes, and they are volunteers. So I would be remiss if I didn't point out your, what you do for us. So thank you. I'd like to thank Denise. She is not here, but her fingerprints are all over everything that's happened tonight. I have had more phone calls and texts with Denise in the last month than I have had in almost now 4 years that I've been at Sunrise. So every piece of thing that happened tonight happened because Denise made it so. So I just want to acknowledge her. Moving right along, I want to thank my FAP partner, Christine Lacrosse Coulter. I'm so fortunate to work with Christine. She is just an amazing partner to work with. Intelligence, home visiting experience, level of caring, and amazing sense of humor, which is important in the barn. So it's been great. I think we complement each other really well, and I think we have taught each other more than a few things. So hopefully we can keep it going. Thank you. Oh, Laura Younger, there you are. 2021, I'm unemployed after 36 years with the same agency. I'm 60 years old, got a very narrow skill set, I mean really narrow, and really not sure what I'm gonna do. I'm out there for months, I can't find work. I know Lori through the Caring Dads of Bennington County that we co-facilitate. Shout out to Caring Dads of Bennington County. And Lori said, you know, there's this home visitor job at Sunrise, I think you'd be good at it.
and I was terrified. The reason I was terrified is even after 36 years in residential treatment, I knew Michelle, I knew Lori, and I would see them running off and taking phone calls and meetings and stuff, and I'm like, you're doing what? You're going where? And that was the front line work. I always thought residential was, and it had its challenges, but not what goes on here. And so I said, no way. I was terrified. I was like, I can't do it. Not at this point in my life. So after a few months, Lori's encouragement, and the lack of other viable options, that I mentioned I was 60, and unemployment about to run out, I said, okay. I got over myself. I said, I'm going to do it. And it's been awesome ever since. And by the way, it's terrifying still, the work, today included. But there's nowhere else I'd rather be doing it, and no one else I'd rather do it with. So thank you. Michelle Weirs, also my office mate. You may have heard she's been here 25 years now. She was the first recipient of the Bonnie Prentice Award, the very first. And she's told me many stories about Bonnie. And when I heard I was getting the award, I was like, how awesome this was. If Michelle was the first, that tells you everything you need to know about Michelle. The other thing about Michelle is she is so super smart and really good at what she does, and also a great office mate. So I would not have taken the job here, I don't think, if Michelle was here, because I knew if she could hang this long, and she could be happy in this agency, I said, well, why wouldn't I do that? So thank you for that, Michelle.
Thank you.
I'd like to thank my wife, Heather, who's back there. So when I was unemployed and my anxieties were starting to rise, Heather, was very supportive, and she kept saying, things happen for a reason. Heard it a lot. Might have heard it more than I wanted to hear, but she was spot on. She strongly encouraged me to take the job. She has been a huge support to me in the job. She's also been one of the great Sunrise supporters. She follows social media more than I do. She knows a lot more what goes on in the agency week to week than I do. So I have to ask her when things are, so I don't want to bother you all. So she just knows. She also has brought her grandkids to a number of Sunrise activities. So she's also, really important job is my co-care coordinator. We talk about self-care, right? In this work. The best self-care is co-care. And I am so fortunate to have an amazing co-care partner. So I love you. Thank you. Oh, my parents are here. Jim and Del Winchester. Some of you may know. They run this little place in Pownell. Some of you may have heard of it. So you could have got a sandwich today there until about 4:15. So anyways, what did I learn from them? First off, basic needs were met. Life was predictable, consistent, all the things that a child needs to grow. They also taught me this idea of treating everybody, regardless, as an equal. They ran this fair in Pownell for 25, 26 years. That was as low budget as you could get, because they had been to fairs all over the place. And they knew that the kids in Pownell probably weren't going to be able to afford to spend that kind of money. So they put together this fair that if you ever went there, and back in the day, it was all Pownell. Everything about Pownell you can imagine, and they built it. So that was great role models for me. Also, did I mention they work today? I mean, we talk about a work ethic. Anyone asks me if I'm going to retire, I'm like, I'd have to go tell my parents that I'm retired, and I just can't do that. So here I am at 63 years old, still being a home visitor. So thanks to my parents. Lastly, I promise, will be to thank every staff member at Sunrise. I did some math the other day. I was sitting around on the weekend doing math, and I said, I came up with a number. I said, I probably had 5,000 positive interactions at Sunrise with staff in the 3.5 years I've been there. And I said, I had 0 negative interactions. That's damn good math. So I thank all of you for that. That can't just be a me problem. That's got to be such a lot of other people I work with. This is very tough work we do, but I'm glad to do it with you guys every day, and I am humbled and honored by your recognition. Thanks.
That finishes our night, although I have one thing I need to say. Mrs. Winchester, on Tuesday you made a large Italian sub for me. It was wonderful. Also, since this is my last official thing, I want to thank all the board members, executive directors that I've worked with. Denise, if you watch this, working with you has been just an incredible experience. Cindy, Lori, all the Sunrise staff is wonderful. And with that, keep in mind that there's at least one empty seat on the board of directors if you have any interest. Contact Jonathan, contact Denise, contact any of the other board members, but we can always use more community input. And again, thank you all for coming tonight, and this has been a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you.